Hello and welcome to the What is K-pop podcast, where in which I talk all things K-pop and my own life. Yeah, that is what I do. That is what I've been doing for the past year. Yeah, that sounded confident. So today I'm going to be talking about K-pop's first generation and about a group, but just wanted to talk about just who was in the first generation of K-pops. The generations kind of were a little bit longer back in the first generation. I can't talk is what I'm figuring out here. So it went on from 1992 to 2003, then 2003 to I think it was about 20 was the second generation. 2013 to 2017 was third generation. 2018 to the start of 2023 was the fourth generation, and 2023 onwards is now the fifth generation. And I saw one video saying that apparently we're now in the sixth generation, and I'm like, absolutely not. I would say that it would probably end at the start of 2027 potentially, or maybe the start of 2028. I don't know. I'm also just looking at there's a page on the list of South Korean boy bands, groups and stuff, and it has the best-selling groups, and it's these Boy Next Door and Hyphen, Plave, Rise, TXT, Treasure, TWS, Zero Base One. Well, Zero Base One is fifth gen as well as Plave as well, but yeah, it's kind of interesting, and there's so many groups that are notable. And I'm like, wow, I've not even heard of one of them. Or a couple of them. Jeez. And Kickflip apparently is also notable in fourth gen. They're not, they're fifth gen. Come on. Get with the times. They're fifth gen. I sounded so lame just then. Oh my god. So we're going to be talking about first gen. Oh, me. Oh, it does say. So groups that debuted in the 1990s to 2002. Oh, so Generation 2 apparently, from what this is saying, was 2003 to 2011. But I'd say that EXO is just gen, second gen, third gen, second gen 7.5 or something like that. They're just slightly on second gen, and then they're properly in third gen. And hopefully they do come back this year. 2025, I really do hope so, because I loved Cream Soda, even though a lot of people didn't. I mainly loved it because of Minsok Shimin's top, and I was showing my mum and she was like, I don't understand why you like this. That explains a lot. That's just you, mum. That's fine if you don't like it, but I do. So we're going to be talking about I think Shinhwa today, because they're currently the longest running group at 26 years, even though there was another group who I just kicked off with, Shishkis, that debuted in 1996, but they're not currently active. So Shinhwa is a South Korean 6-member boy band based in Seoul, consisting of, this is from the Wikipedia page if you're wondering why I sound awkward, composed of Eric Mun, Lee Min-woo, Kim Dong-hwan, Shin Hee-sung, Jun-jin, and Andy Lee. They were launched by SM Entertainment on the 24th of March 1998, and the group signed with Good Entertainment in 2004 before creating Shinhwa Company to manage their career as a group. And yeah, we're going to be talking a little bit about their career and stuff, but it's kind of hard when it's it's in what do you call it? I guess prose speech. It's very formalized, and it is kind of hard to sometimes speak it saying it out loud. You can read it and you fully understand when it's being read out to you, but the wording sometimes it doesn't feel natural when you're saying it aloud, and you sometimes kind of want to try and change it to make it more, it's easier to speak it. But yeah, Shinhwa comes a little bit before TVXQ, who I talked about the other day, about a year and 9 months. And I would I've not listened to any of their music knowingly, and it isn't through any particular reason because I don't like the group. Like I don't dislike or like the group. I don't care. But I mean, I'm sure I'll like check them out at some point. I do wonder like what to start with because they do have a very large discography. They released 13 albums so far, I think. And I imagine that they have released so studio albums, live albums, compilation albums, box sets, extended pace, like EPs and singles and shit like that. So I do imagine that it is it is very large, and I wonder if I would ever be able to like talk about them all. I do actually have a list of all of Shiny's solo albums. I think I mentioned it before, but I do want to do that sort of stuff and like kind of go through and listen to a lot more of like older K-pop because I feel like reviews on like younger K-pop, like I was starting to do with 80s, is like done to death. It's like whipping a dead horse. So I wouldn't mind listening to a bit of the older K-pop stuff, but I don't know how much of it is on streaming services, and if I have to kind of go and searching and like go in depth, because some artists they actually redact their music from streaming services, like we've seen with a Japanese artist who Misamo covered New Look. She redacted all of her music off of streaming services, and you can only listen if you bought the albums when she still had it up and stuff. So I do wonder if that might cause some level of issue. Shinhwa. So I'm gonna just go through like their albums when they were released and stuff. So their first album, Resolver, was released on the 9th of May 1998. TOP was released on the 15th of April 1999. 21 was released on the 27th of May 2000. Come On was released on the 28th of June 2001. Perfect Man was released on the 29th of March 2002. Wedding was released on the 27th of December 2002. Winter Story was released on the 30th of December 2003. Brand New was released on the 27th of August 2004. Winter Story 2004 to 2005 was released on the 18th of December 2004. State of the Art was released on the 11th of May 2006. Volume 9 was released on the 3rd of April 2008. The Return was released on the 22nd of March 2012. The Classic was released on the 16th of May 2013. We was released on the 23rd of February 2015. Unchanging Touch was released on the 2nd of January 2017. Those were all the Korean albums. And their one Japanese album was released on the 16th of August 2006 called Inspiration Number 1. And they did 3 live albums. 2001, the first live concert was released on the 27th of March 2001. The Everlasting Mythology Shinhwa second concert was released on the 7th of October 2003. 2005 Japan Tour live document was released on the 24th of March 2006. They've done 5 compilation albums. My Choice released on the 31st of January 2002. Perfect was released on the 15th of May 2002. Best of Shinhwa 2001 to 2003 was released on the 18th of September 2003. Best Hits Collection 1998 to 2003 was released on the 16th of December 2003, specifically in Taiwan, if you wanted to know. And Precious Essential Collection was released on the 30th of March 2005. They released one box set album, Shinhwa CD Premium Box, on the 15th of April 2009. Don't know what that would be. I guess it's like an entire catalogue of the last 11 years of them being together. That was in Japan. They have released a couple of EPs, 5 to be exact. Summer Story 2005 on the 5th of August 2005. Winter Story 2006 to 2007 was released on the 25th of January 2007. Winter Story 2007 was released on the 5th of December 2007. Unchanging Part 1 Orange was released on the 29th of November 2016. And Heart was released on the 28th of August 2018. And just singles that came out as a part of their albums. I don't know. So Shinhwa have inspired quite a few artists, such as UPM, Big Bang, Dreamcatcher, EXID, Map 6, and 17, who want to eventually last as long as Shinhwa have done. And I really do hope that in particular for 17, just because, they are the group that I kind of know the best. Big Bang, they've been going on for 18 years, so they might do it. I don't know. Apparently, Kangta from HOT, but I say apparently, Kangta from HOT has also come out to praise the group, saying that they all chose to switch labels when SM offered contracts to all of them, but one member, instead of just splitting up and not carrying on as the seven that they are, which I also do agree that it is very, very good of them. And that all comes down from Eric, who is their leader. So I do know a little bit. I do know a teensy bit. I don't know too much. Again, not for malicious reasons. It's just that just kind of worked out that way. I just was never really massively into the older groups until like mainly now, actually. Anyway, Eric Mun, born Mun Jun-hyuk on the 16th of February 1979 in Seoul, South Korea. He has done a few acting stuff, and he's married to a woman called Na Hyemi in 2017 and has one child. I do also just want to say that we're not judging here if they do or do not have children. It's completely a personal decision to have kids, and I do know that quite a lot of female K-pop idols do feel the pressure that they are one day going to be asked if they're ever going to have children. But if they don't, that's completely fine. If they do, that's completely fine. It's at the end of the day, it is a choice that they make. And back to Eric. Apparently, he was injured on the set of NBC's drama Wolf, resulting in it being pulled off air for after 4 episodes. And he was injured while shooting a scene near Namdaemun in Seoul, where he was to save a co-star Han Jimin from being run over by a car. Stunt car driver, misunderstanding the instructions given to him, drove at them at 40 kilometers an hour and did not stop in front of them as planned, which is very unfortunate. I do hope that he was able to recover. Well, is it? Talk more about that? No. Which is fine. And their child was born on the 1st of March 2023, which is good. I do hope that he is doing good. Where am I going with this? Anyway, so Eric is 45 years old. So he's actually a similar age to my dad was when I came along. He was 40. Yeah, I think he was 45 as well. So a little bit younger. Next one we have is Lee Jinwoo, or E Jinwoo, as I have heard it being pronounced. It probably is actually E. Born on the 28th of July 1979 and goes by the stage name M sometimes. He was born in Jeonju in the North Jeolla province of Seoul, South Korea, and is also 45. Doesn't say anything about his his personal life, which is fine. I don't know where I went with that. I never know where I'm going with anything. And he has released a couple of solo works, which I very well might also check out. Next one we have is Kim Dong-hwan, born on the 21st of November 1979 in Seoul, South Korea. Apparently he went to Wee Moon High School, which is a private high school in Daechidong in Seoul, South Korea. There's actually not a lot of what I guess you would consider to be private schools where I live. I believe the nearest one is in Nottingham, which is about an hour away, and I've talked to my parents about that sort of stuff as to why they kind of did what they did. My dad was in the military and stuff, so I was always kind of curious as to why he didn't end up doing more stuff and why we didn't move and stuff. And he said that he didn't want us to move around. Obviously my mum to still work where she wanted to work, and as for private school, it was mainly because of the fact he didn't want us to experience what he experienced, and also it's really expensive, and he didn't want us to, I guess he didn't want his kids to live away from him or my mum. especially given the fact that I used to have a lot of nightmares as a kid. And in the future, hopefully when I do have my own kids, I don't know if I would send them to private school because it's a lot of money. And when I say private school, I mean like boarding schools. Some private schools do actually take non-boarding students, but obviously we don't have any around here, so they would have to be boarders. But it's a lot of money, and the schools around here are all right. But I don't think I would send them to the one that's actually in my town because I went to school there, and I do not want them to have to suffer through what I did. Anyway, enough of my trauma dumping. Next one we have is Shin Hae-sung. His birth name is Jung Pil-kyo. He is also known as Hee-sung or Steve Jung. Born on the 27th of November 1979, which makes him 45, from Seoul, South Korea. And he's also debuted as a solo artist in 2005 and has since released multiple albums in both Korean and Japanese, which is Coolios. I'm so cringy. I never know how to talk. I get nervous. Oh wow. You'd think after a year I'd get good at it. No. Park Jun Jae, born on the 19th of August 1980, professionally known as Junjin, from Seoul, South Korea. And apparently he was the first born child of singer Charlie Park, also known as Park Yun Chol, who debuted with a solo album in 2000. Oh wow, that's fascinating. I don't know why I always get interested seeing people who had a different home life to me, which mainly consists of people who had to deal with their parents getting divorced, which is a bit weird, but I am a bit weird in life. Just a little bit quirky, just a little bit odd. Thought someone was pulling up just then, but they didn't. And last but no means least, we have Lee Sun-ho, or Andy Lee, born on the 21st of January 1981, making him currently 44 years old, born in Seoul, South Korea, and is married to Lee Eun-ju from 2022. And he has had a few controversies, mainly gambling and resulting hiatus, but here we are. And apparently Eun-jo is a announcer on Jeju MBC and is 9 years younger than him, so born in 1990. And he was raised even in the San Fernando Valley or Valley area of Los Angeles in the US, and went to the John F. Kennedy High School before moving to Seoul. Did he have to do his? Did he do? Oh yeah, he did do military service. I don't know why on earth it's listed that Andy's agency TOP Media debuted its first boy band Teen Top. I don't know why that's listed in his Wikipedia page, but okay. Interesting piece of information to know. They debuted in 2010. Anyway, I do hope you enjoyed Shinhwa. I don't know whether or not this episode was actually any good or whether or not it was just me talking shit about life. If there is a cut, it was just me talking about how I was pushed into a road as a little kid by my mother trying to get away from a bee, which she's terrified of. Thank you as always for listening, and I will talk to you guys again very, very soon. Bye.